Ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate race of Season 3 is here. It's your commentator Marshmeister today, and welcome to Division Alpha Season 3, race number 13, the Belgian Grand Prix. Well, let's keep watching the championship contender, JPS, try to get as high of a position as possible on the intermediates. The only one on intermediates who said they allowed in was Pump Mantis with 57.6, who's just exited the pits. And he's is about to approach the bus stop chicane to start his final attempt. Exited the pits a couple of minutes ago, that's what I meant to say, but yeah. Jay now growing through the second sector, 124.6 from the South African, as he's now going to go through the Bonchmont section of the track. How is it going to go for him through that section? It's squabbly on the steering, as you can see. Now he's approaching the bus stop chicane. Slightly misses the apex there. Very gingerly going through that section. Gingerly on the exit. Lap time is he going to set Ace 155.3, which will put him in 7th, missing out by more than 0.3 of a second behind the Haas reserve driver in that. Pump Mantis is the last one to try and set a lap time on this one, as he's now going through the second sector, approaching the Rivage hairpin, the long right-hander in the second sector, to follow up by a quick left-hander. So far so good from Sauber. Haven't seen how much he improved in the first sector, and we'll try and follow him up on the second one. Goes through Pouan, keeps it tidy through there. Seems to be fighting the car there, as he's now going through the fine, I think that's how it's called, section. About to approach the end of the second sector there, Pump Mantis. Nearly 2-second improvement, 24.7 as he loses the car on the exit, on the curb Paul Frere. And that's just have navigated through Blanchemont and the bus stop chicane, as he just goes completely wide. Well, not completely, just a smidgen too wide, and then that's invalidated, and Mantis will settle for P8, which Neo is navigating through at the moment, gingerly going through there. Could argue the track is getting wetter. And the first competitive lap time of 147.880. What Rampant will answer with 48.2. Then it will be Hamflap Kelly, who invalidated this attempt. Pump Mantis behind him also invalidated, so these two are not going to improve on this attempt. Who's next to approach the finish line? It will be Ropsy Cola, Dutch driver, not exactly the home track, but neighboring country. Sets a third fastest time with 148.7, with Jons Rambo setting a 149.0 as his competitive lap time. Schutfis improves to sets 148.475 to put himself a third. Jay has entered the pits, and Matt is also on the outlap. How is it going to go for him through that section? It's squabbly on the steering, as you can see. Now he's approaching the bus stop chicane. Slightly misses the apex there. Very gingerly going through that section. Gingerly on the exit. Lap time is he going to set Ace 155.3, which will put him in 7th, missing out by more than 0.3 of a second behind the Haas reserve driver in that. Pump Mantis is the last one to try and set a lap time on this one, as he's now going through the second sector, approaching the Rivage hairpin, the long right-hander in the second sector, to follow up by a quick left-hander. So far so good from Sauber. Haven't seen how much he improved in the first sector, and we'll try and follow him up on the second one. Goes through Pouan, keeps it tidy through there. Seems to be fighting the car there, as he's now going through the fine, I think that's how it's called, section. about to approach the end of the second sector there, Pump Mantis. Nearly 2-second improvement, 24.7 as he loses the car on the exit, on the curb Paul Frere. And that's just have navigated through Blanchemont and the bus stop chicane. As he just goes completely wide, well not completely, just a smidgen too wide, and then that's invalidated, and Mantis will settle for P8. 3, 4, 5 lights. All around Sprout Function Shop, and the wheels are spinning in the Belgian Grand Prix. Decent start from Neo. I think Schuff is looking on the inside move, and also contact with Neo. There's a debris from, I think, one of the Aston Martins. It is Schuff who doesn't have a wing game plate. And now Rampant Gamer and Schuff is almost going side by side through Eau Rouge, with Gamer taking the lead ahead of the Aston Martin. Neo losing 2 positions. Gola stays where he is. Jay has lost the position to Mantis. Hamflap Kelly actually gained 3. Matt dropped to the very back. And Jay and Mantis with good positions there, heading into the... Jesus Christ. Lake Com. Up there, DRS flaps have been opened up. Shoot Fizz. Looking, not going for it. Will go and try through Lake Com. Not quite. Rampant still has the track position. Kelly, Jay, and Rambos. So Jay actually getting ahead of Rambos, with Rambos now dropping to 7th. And Kelly gaining a position over him as well. Schuff seemingly seems to be utilizing his DRS. There's the end plate coming off from Neo. He crashed into Shootfizz. And now Neo and Shootfizz are in the same predicament. Yellow flag in the 3rd sector. That is for Jay, who has spun it at the bus stop chicane and has dropped back to the 9th position. Rambos has slowed down. Must have been collision between the teammates. Otherwise, why would Rambos slow down that much? But yeah, Jay got the position back from Rambos. And yeah, we just missed that crucial moment, pretty much, between these two. But yeah, both Mercedes at the back of the grid. Schuff is on the inside of Rampant. Schuff takes the position from the Williams, heading into Lake Com. And the Aston Martin is now the leader of this race. But Rampant's going to try and retaliate, heading into the Rivage. A right-hander, not quite there to attack. Rampant and Dropsy will have DRS heading into the Lost Sauce. Both of them are sitting back, waiting for the 2nd DRS straight after Radion, with opportunity shining for both of them at least one of them to get through the Aston Martin. Yep, Rampant utilizing his DRS, barely has any petrol, but will utilize whatever he can on his DRS, and that will allow Rampant to retake the lead from Shootfizz, and Rampant back in the lead after initially starting lap 2 as the leader, or taking the lead during lap 1. But we look at Dropsy, who's going around on the inside of Rivage. Contact between the two. Both of them were going sliding, and Shootfizz got worse of that one, and Shootfizz is now 3rd. Look at Matt, how much he's gaining on Kelly. DRS will be open. Kelly also has damage to his front wing, by the way. On the left side of the car, I think. Nevertheless, he got overtaken by the reserve driver. He actually has a solid pace, but either that or just Rampant is just losing a lot of time at the moment. He just lost nearly a second to his teammate. Shootfizz retired, he crashed out, and that's a safety car deployed with Shootfizz just before the feint corner, crashing out. And the full safety car will be deployed. As a result, there will be a double stack in the Williams, with both Ropsy and Rampant going into the pits, Mantis as well. Matt, Kelly, Jay, Vrampos, they're both back in the race pretty much, and Neo, who's gonna be forced to follow the Delta. He's gonna be a bit of a question mark as to where he will end up on the track. Yeah, Ropsy, I mean, that double stack cost Rampant a position for sure. I mean, he did make a mistake of not pitting initially for New Wing, but now it could be a very interesting couple of laps for him, considering how he performs on the Star. They're not gonna last that well by the end. They're not gonna be as well performing, but I wouldn't discount Hamflab Kelly for a couple of gained positions there. But yeah, we did receive a message that the safety car is gonna go back into the pits with Rapsi Cola for the first time in his career in the Euro Racing League, being a leading car on lap 10 for the restart. And there you go, at the exit of bus stop, he's gonna carry on and restart the race on lap 10 with Mantis, Rampant, Matt, Jay, Rambos, Neo, and Hamflab Kelly, the eight remaining drivers on this race. As we see now, Neo and Kelly squabbling for P7 as they go through Eau Rouge and Radion. Who's going to get ahead of who? It's going to be Kelly on Neo, and Kelly showing balls of steel and getting ahead of the Haas to take P7. We see Gamer and Mantis fighting for it, and also Rapsi Cole getting involved. Now Williams going side by side, heading into Lake Combe, with Rapsi defending position away from his teammate, and Mantis now dropping to third, trying to catch up to Matt ahead of him in fourth. But yeah, I mean, now Ramos lost the position to Neo after Puon. Kelly's flashing battery, I think he was flashing battery for the La Sauce, as they're now going through the last El Rouge and Radio, my mistake. Rampant against Rapsi. Rampant's on the outside with DRS. Will take the position, also will bump Mantis, who's going to take it away from the Dutchman, and Rampant back again in the lead, with Hamflab Kelly still being behind Jay, going through that section of the corners. As we see Rapsi against Mantis. Rapsi retaking the position from Sauber, and Williams 1-2 still stands. At the beginning of the third sector, Rapsi is going to stay behind his teammate. Did have a look on the outside, which will switch back to the inside. Wow, what a move from Rapsi. Very clever move. Rampant's going to fight it back though, on the inside, against his teammate. He's going to be ahead. But will it be another switchback from Rapsi? No, Rapsi doesn't have a better traction, unfortunately, in comparison to Rampant. So Rapsi is going to stay back, and potentially will get DRS as well for a good measure. With Bomb Mantis very close on the rear of the second Williams ahead. And there you go, Mantis pushing on. Could this be 2-1 for the Sauber driver from Great Britain? And that is the case for him, and he takes the lead on lap 12. We saw Jay also overtake Matt for P4, and Mercedes driver extends his advantage over his teammate Rambos, who's just been nowhere. But now we are going after Radio now. Rampant will try and attack. Barely any battery on his disposal. Mantis will defend as much as he can, heading into Lake Combe, but Rampant gets ahead. And Jay also got ahead of Rapsi there, and Jay's back in the podium position for the first time in this race. But look at Rapsi, who's going to try and fight it back with the Rivage on the inside. Jay cannot stick it through. Rapsi's going to get it back, and Williams back in the podium position. Now it's just going to be decided on the DRS straight after Radion, with Bomb Mantis being in the prime position to retake that position. Another 3-second time penalty for Matt, as Mantis looking on the outside move on Rampant, and comfortably with the DRS gets ahead, and also Jay got ahead of Rapsi there and takes that third place back. Heading through Eau Rouge and Radion. Matt slowly getting back to that back, but not quite to get DRS. We see Rampant get ahead, and now Jay, look at Jay, who could take dupe of them on the inside before Lake Combe, but Jay is now in the lead of the race. But the contact between him and Rampant goes off track, which will allow Mantis to inherit the position, and also Rapsi might look on the inside into Rivage, and also might try and get it on Mantis. Contact between the two. Rapsi backs out of it. Side by side go through to both Williamses. Rampant goes off the track again, And Ropsy takes that 3rd place. Look at Mantis, who's very close. Also Ropsy. Switch to Ropsy to see how he's gonna do. Mantis looking on the outside, Jay on the inside. Jay's defending inside from Mantis. Could Mantis try and capitalize and then take the inside? Yes, he does, but Jay has a better traction. But unfortunately for Jay, Ropsy and Mantis is gonna get DRS. So will Rampant, who's gonna join back the queue. Bit of a bumping between Tim Williams and Sauber there at the exit of La Sauce. We see Rampant flashing battery there. But let's see, Mantis against Jay now. Jay on the inside, Mantis is gonna choose the outside line to overtake, and that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, Mantis is gonna re-inherit that position back from Mercedes. At the moment, sitting in 7th, this Haas Resort driver. On course to set a 7th placed finish at the moment with 3 laps to go. I mean, Jay is pretty much guaranteed to overtake Mantis there. I mean, we already know he has DRS, he has battery, and there you go, Jay back in the lead from the Sauber. Don't pay attention to that. Rampant and Mantis fighting through the bus stop with Rampant seemingly ahead of Mantis. They both dropped out of DRS. And Ropsy gets ahead of Jay after the bus stop and takes that position away from Jay. But Jay will get DRS on the DRS straight after Radion. Yeah, it's pretty much Rampant and Mantis at the moment for P3 on track, with Jay pretty much having fun against Ropsy, I would assume. That is, if we can stay within 3 seconds. Goes on the grass there, Jay, to try and overtake Ropsy back. And manages to eventually get that position back from the Williams. Heading into the final lap of this race. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Jay? Is it gonna be Ropsy? Is it gonna be Mantis? Is it gonna be Rampant? Who out of them 4 is gonna be the victorious one today around the streets of Belgium? As you can see, Ropsy going in the inside of La Sauce, and he takes the position away from Jay on track. The question is, who's going to get DRS once they approach the DRS opening zone at Radion? Will it be Ropsy? Will it be Jay? It will be Jay who's going to get DRS back from Ropsy. But look at Mantis, who's closing in on Cola. But not close enough for any kind of move there. Also, Rampant is waiting on the wings to try and attack. Mantis, a bit of a wide approach on the exit, which will allow Rampant to close in on him. Bog tap between Jay and Ropsy, heading into Rivage. Now they're going to approach Puan, both of them. The top 4 is still close within one another. It's been pretty much for the majority of the whole race between these 4 drivers. With Jay the leading car, Ropsy now going off the track at Puan, looking for any kind of space to attack, as they now go through Fein section, which will follow up with the campus for the final time this race. Now Ropsy's losing slightly on the exit of Fein, but seem to get a bit wider goes than usual there. Ropsy, he will lose out a bit to Jay here. But look at Mantis though, who's heading to the bus stop chicane through Blanchimont. Now they go. Could it be a potential second place move for Sauber? No, he's going to stay back behind the Williams. But Jay, BS 4147, will win the Belgian Grand Prix and will keep his championship chances alive heading into the ultimate race of the season in Silverstone. Last race of the season next week, Silverstone, British Grand Prix. Drivers' Championship on the line. Will it be Jan Rambos from Bulgaria? Or is it going to be JPS from South Africa? Will it be the second for Rambos, or it will be first ever for JPS? You need to watch out for that one next week at 7:30 PM GMT. British Grand Prix, race number 14. The race that will decide it all. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. This has been your commentator, Marchmeister, and we will see you, hopefully, for the final encounter at Silverstone.